Welcome back to the baseline. And guys, today we got some news. We got some free agent signings, rumors, and a little all around baseball news. So let's talk about some signings. I actually think they're great signings. Minor moves, but hey, can't go wrong. And let's start with the first one where Frankie Montas has agreed to a 2-year deal with the New York Mets. Now, here's why I think this move is great. Because, yes, Frankie Montas had an okay season last year. When he was with Cincinnati, in the beginning of the first half, he was terrible. His ERA was over 5. It wasn't the same Frankie Montas that we knew with Oakland. Really didn't get to play a chance with the Yankees. He got hurt as soon as he got traded. And with Milwaukee, he kind of settled down. The ERA wasn't great. It was over 4. But I like this move is because look what the Mets have done with guys who struggled in 2023. They made them good pitchers. Sean Manaea was terrible with the Giants in 2023. Same thing with Luis Severino. I still remember to this day, Luis Severino did an interview. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong. I trying to figure out everything. I can't. And he came to the Mets and it was like 2023 never happened. He did a phenomenal job. The pitching coach is doing great. And Frankie Montas does kind of remind me of the Luis Severino. His pitching style is kind of similar. Same thing with Sean Manaea. I'm guessing they're trying to repeat that. Same thing with Paul Blackburn. He was really great when he came to the Mets. They they got the pitching coach to help these guys, and I think this is what Frankie Montas needs. Now, will he be back to Oakland A's, Frankie Montas? We're just gonna have to wait and see. But I think this is a great move by the Mets. Uh, who's, by the way, did sign a Scott Boras client. Frankie Montas is a Scott Boras client. Maybe this is a way to get familiar with the agent, with the player that they are in the mix with, which is Juan Soto. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see if this does round up to get to Juan Soto. I think this is trying to send a message to him and be like, hey, listen, we're going to build around you. And here's a move. It worked last year. We have faith that it's going to work this year as well. So we'll have to see what happens. I think the Mets are going to be, this is going to be one of many moves to help out the New York Mets. I think the Mets are going to live by what they said a couple years ago when they traded Verlander and Scherzer. Hey, we're going to go for 2025. And I believe they will. I think we're going to have what we usually see with the Dodgers is what we're going to see with the New York Mets this year. So Frankie Montas goes up to New York. Matthew Boyd, who pitched with the Guardians last year, is now with the Chicago Cubs. He signs a 2-year deal. The the only reason I hesitate with this move is because I don't know what the Cubs' plan is. They say they're gonna add some say they're gonna add some bullpen pieces now that this deal is done with Matthew Boyd. But then you're hearing rumors that they're gonna trade Cody Bellinger. Well, why are you adding to then get rid of guys? I mean, let's face it, besides Suzuki and Happ, Cody Bellinger has really been the guy to help out the Cubs. Dansby Swanson really hasn't played well. I don't know what happened to him. Like he's been up and down here and there. It's just I don't know. I don't know if it's the atmosphere with the Cubs or what it is, but the ownership and the general manager are giving me mixed signals. And some believe that Cody Bellinger will be gone by the time 2025 starts. So we'll have to see that there's some truth to that. Now, back to Matthew Boyd. I think this is a great move. He'll be a fourth starter uh, besides the second one, besides the second starter, where he was with Cleveland behind Beebe because Shane Bieber got hurt. But the rotation right now, it looks like it's going to be Iggy Nama, Steele, Jameson Taillon, and Matthew Boyd. So he'll be the fourth best starter in that rotation, which is not doesn't really hurt. I mean, I know the ball flies in Chicago. He is a fly ball pitcher. He does get some grounders here and there. But hey, so is James Taillon, and he's actually done really well in his tenure with the Chicago Cubs. So probably add more pitching. Like I said, they're gonna go after some relief help. I would like to move. I think the Cubs are going to take the advantage of it because no one else is going to do anything in that division. The Cardinals are going to rebuild. Milwaukee might add some pitching here and there. But the biggest threat for the Cubs is the Milwaukee Brewers. You have most likely probably going to finish second place in that division. Cincinnati's not going anywhere. It might take some time. They got to get that core up and running. So I think this is a great move. Kind of reminds me of the Los Angeles Angels. They added Kyle Hendricks and Kikuchi. Not big names, but these are guys that don't throw 100 miles per hour. They're actually pitchers. And that's what Matthew Boyd is. He is a pitcher to where he knows how to throw the ball, how to, you know, work the count. And I think this is a great move for the Cubs. They have plenty of hitting that is talented. I think if Swanson and Horner and Suzuki get back on track, this team won't won't necessarily be like the 2016 team that they had that won the World Series to break the curse, but to it'll be their own version. They'll have their own way and try to get back into the playoffs. because that's what Cubs fans want. You build this dynasty or what looked like a dynasty team, and you just trade it all. So we'll see what other moves the Cubs make. I really do hope that they are competitive this offseason. Again, not going after the big guy, but do it their own way. Another move, Kyle Higashioka has signed a 2-year deal with the Texas Rangers. Not a bad move. I like this move. I like Higgy. His time with the Yankees was great. That 1 year with the Padres last year has proven that he could play in the playoffs. He's a phenomenal catcher. Everyone liked working with him. And I think that's what the Rangers are looking for to help out the pitching rotation. You've got DeGrom coming back, Gray. I know Eovaldi and Scherzer are free agents, but I know Heim, you know, not really a rookie anymore, but he is still going to learn. So if you have, a backup of Higgy, might try to teach him things or two. And I think Heim is a great catcher. But like I said, to have that veteran leadership help him out and teach him how to work with the pitcher, I think it's what the Rangers need. He is a power hitter. We've seen it in the playoffs against the Atlanta Braves. He does very, very well. He is comfortable. He's been in the American League. It's nothing new. So we'll see how this works for Higgy and Texas Rangers. I think the Rangers also need to go after pitching. That lineup is great. If that lineup could stay healthy, they could easily go back to the 2023 form. Looks like the Astros are not really going to do anything. So do something. Go after more pitching. I would like to see them go after the big guy. Maybe even getting some relievers here and there, like a Tanner Scott. I would like for them to go. I know Leclerc is your closer. Maybe even a Clay Holmes you could go after and try to get into that rotation or that bullpen. And be the 8th inning guy while Leclerc will be the 9th or so forth. If Leclerc needs a day off, hey, we'll throw in Holmes. Just get the Rangers back on track. They have a Hall of Fame manager. He does very well. And I think the Rangers could be back in the playoffs for 2025 and beyond. You just got to pick and choose the right guys. And, like I said, Bruce Bochy is phenomenal with that. You just need to add a little bit more starting pitching. Another reliever, or another pitcher off the market, Aroldis Chapman, earlier today signed a 1-year deal with the Boston Red Sox. Now, listen, I know the last couple of years Chapman hasn't been that good of a pitcher, but Boston did need a left-handed pitcher in that bullpen, and hey, take a shot at it, right? That's all you gotta do, and he could potentially be a closer for them if they don't go for a big name closer. Um, and also another team. This is another team that's in the mix for Juan Soto. There is report that they told him, hey, we will build around you. And this might be move one. Same thing with the New York Mets. We're going to build around you. This is move number one. And you sign with us, we'll show you that we're going to continue to compete and bring a championship. It might not be this year, but it could be for 2026. It could be for whatever. But we will bring in the guys, and that's the message you want to send to Juan Soto, because he said, I will go to a team that is willing to win right now. So let's see if the Red Sox could do that. Listen, I like Chapman. I'm a fan of him. His ERA was like 2.72 last year, I believe, with Pittsburgh. Yes, it wasn't a great team. It wasn't a contending team. But I think that this was like a, hey, prove me wrong kind of contract, where you uh, have other teams watch over you and be like, yeah, you know what? Hey, I want you on my team. Get a contending team to do that. He was with the Royals in 2023. They weren't going nowhere, but he got traded to the Rangers. And yes, he did get beat up a little bit earlier in the playoffs and towards the second half. But he also helped them in the World Series get that, championship for them, the first in their history. So I like the move. I think Chapman, like I said, is a good fit for Boston. They could do very, very well. And now you guys see where else is going to take you. Because they do need pitching. They need more bullpen help. But maybe they go after a Clay Holmes. Or maybe they get something here. Corbin Burns, that I know they've been linked to. Same thing with Max Fried as well. They're linked to him. Maybe they could get something done and be a contending team, because the Rays are out, the Blue Jays are out. You gotta wait and see what the New York Yankees do. But I don't know what their plan is. There's so many rumors about that, but we'll get to them in a minute. And I don't believe in Baltimore. I don't think Baltimore is going to do anything too simple to contend. I mean, yes, they got that young core, that young talent, but I don't see them doing anything big. I mean, they were interested in Blake Snell, who we'll get to in a minute, but they didn't get him. I mean, they need pitching. Santander's gonna be gone. There's rumors that he's gonna probably sign somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. So basically, what Boston is, the threat is the New York Yankees. That's the big threat. And to me, is Boston gonna be back to the old school Boston? Are they gonna get that chance to be, you know, the most hated team, from the Yankees fans? I know that was like the big rivalry was, Boston and New York were always good. I don't know where they're gonna be under Craig Breslow. I don't know what the ownership wants, but I like Rafael Devers. I like the Japanese guy. I'm blanking on his name right now. I like Alex Cora. He's done very, very well for this ball club in his many years as being the manager. So let's see what happens. And I'm kind of actually rooting for Boston. I want them. I think they're an underdog and there'll be a sneaky team coming up here in the off season. So I mentioned Blake Snell, and I know it's probably the first thing I should be talking about, but Blake Snell ended up signing a 5-year deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, here's my thing. The first big guy fell. Blake Snell is off the books. He's a big guy. I like this move because now we can see Blake Snell for a full season. We're no longer going to wait until, he signed like in February, March, then wait a month and where he struggled. And then the second half he picked up. No, he's got to have a full spring training. He's got to get on where he needs to be. And the Dodgers got a super starting pitching. And I've said they need to go after starting pitching. And you got aces, 1 through 4, that are great. I don't know what the lineup, the pitching rotation is going to be, but I'm going to have to think it's going to be Yamamoto, Ohtani, Glasnow, Snell, and then either Tony Gonsolin or Dustin May. One of them is going to be the fifth guy. The other one will probably be in the bullpen. And once again, they did defer the money, which is crazy to think about because I looked this up. You're going to pay Shohei Ohtani up until, I think it was like 2046 or something like that, or 2043. You're paying. You're paying Freddie Freeman up until 2040. You're going to be paying Mookie Betts until 2037. They're still paying Justin Turner right now. His money doesn't come off the books until 2026. So we have over 20 years where they're going to still pay these guys. And in 20 years, are they no longer going to be great? Like, I know you're building a dynasty. Hey, we've been there, we've done that. Look at the Yankees in the 90s. Look at them in the 80s. They build dynasties. But are they going to be great 20 years from now? When you're still paying these guys who no longer going to be playing. And ask the Cincinnati Reds, hey, how's that going? Because, believe it or not, Ken Griffey Jr. is still the second highest paid player in Cincinnati. When was the last time Ken Griffey Jr. played for the Cincinnati Reds? It's been well over a decade. So it's just crazy to think about that they did that. And I was watching a video. YouTuber, baseball YouTuber, I believe his name is Fuzzy. If I pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. I agree with everything he said. People are like, oh, I'm not watching. I'm not going to watch baseball. Because, the Dodgers keep getting these guys. But the Dodgers are there at the right time. When the Red Sox wanted to trade Mookie Betts, anyone could have traded for Mookie Betts. Anyone could have traded for Mookie Betts. But they didn't. Anyone could have gotten Freddie Freeman. Anyone could have gotten Yamamoto. Anyone could have traded for Max Muncy, Tyler Glasnow. They're just there at the right time. We don't have a Dodger problem. We have an ownership problem. The owners don't want to make those moves. So the Dodgers are willing to do it. So I give Fuzzy credit on all that. I'm not going to take credit for him, but he did set a good example. I just want to point that out. So good job with him. Other rumors is the Cardinals are looking to trade Nolan Arenado. I think he's still got something left in the tank. He's got 3 years left on that contract. I would take him for anything. I don't believe the rumors that he wants to go and he's willing to move to first base. I don't believe that. I think that's a horseplay. Um, but I look at some teams that need a third baseman. There is a lot. You have Houston. You have, well, the rumor is Detroit's interested. Boston is interested. And I know the rumor's been debunked. I think the Yankees as well will be a great fit for Nolan Arenado. The Tigers, I'm not really too sure because they got Young over there. Maybe as a designated hitter, you can have Nolan Arenado or move him to first base because you have Matt Burling as the first baseman right now. But I don't know, maybe he could be a veteran leadership to the team. Like I said, designated hitter, probably. But he still could be, I think he still got good years for him. How about the Tigers? They made it to the division series for a reason. They're going, getting better. I think he'll probably want to be part of that. They're in a win now situation. He wants to win. He's left Colorado to try to win, comes over to St. Louis, and they haven't done nothing really. So we'll see how that goes. The Astros also make sense because I think they're going to lose Alex Bregman. I know they are reportedly interested in Willy Adames to move him to third base. I mean, I can see that too. I think that's not really a bad move. Willy Adames is a good defender, a good hitter. But adding Nolan Arenado to that already stacked lineup of Altuve, Tucker, Pena, Alvarez, he would be a good fit for Houston. Try to be the win now again scenario where Houston doesn't have to spend their money and they could go out and re-sign Kyle Tucker, will be a free agent after 2025. Uh, Valdez will be a free agent soon, and so will Jordan, but Jordan's, I think, 2028 and to be a free agent. And they also do need a first baseman as well, the Houston Astros. So if he is willing to move, you could just shove him right into first base and see how that plays out for him. I mean, I know he's getting older. The last time he hasn't really been as defensive and the Nolan Arenado that we all know and love. So it'll be really great for them. And something similar with the New York Yankees. You can move Jazz back to second, put him at third, because the Yankees do need a third baseman. They also need a first baseman, so it could go either way for them. And the home run power will be great at Yankee Stadium, just for the him alone. And if they don't re-sign Soto, well, now you have Arenado behind him, so you still kind of have that threat behind Aaron Judge. One report is that the Dodgers are interested. I don't think the Dodgers are going after him, just because if you do, then Max Muncy is gone. I believe he is the third baseman. If you're going to put Mookie Betts at second, you have Gavin Lux at short and Freddie Freeman at third. When you play Max Muncy, and I think they like Max Muncy, so we'll see where that goes. I don't think the Dodgers are going to go after him after Arenado. So hey, it's the Dodgers. We'll wait and see. Um, as back for Juan Soto, I know the news is that he's had a couple conversations, and the Yankees are happy where they at. I mean, I've heard this before. I've heard this for years with the New York Yankees, and they never goes well with the New York Yankees. So in my opinion, I don't think the Yankees are going after Soto. I still believe he's going to go to the New York Mets. I don't think he's going to go to Boston. I still say the Mets are the favorite until proven otherwise. Someone's saying that he will sign within the next 10 days. That will lead us up to the winter meetings. And once that happens, then all dominoes for trades, free agents, anyone has got to go. The reason I say the Yankees are not the favorite is because they still haven't proved to Juan Soto that they could do anything. Hal Steinbrenner himself has said, we have the money to sign anybody. Well, you lost out on Blake Snell. You said you're waiting for Juan Soto before you sign anybody. If I'm Juan Soto, doesn't that kind of sound fishy? We're waiting for you to decide where you're going to go before we sign anybody? Then how do I know that you're going to sign someone when I sign? If I re-sign with the New York Yankees, are you going after a first baseman? Are you going after pitching? Are you going after bullpen help? Are you going after a third baseman? What is the plan? Like, I need to know that. Both the Red Sox and the Mets have proven that they sign, yes, minor guys, but it's a start. It's minor guys, but it's a start. And that's where I feel with the Yankees is that they've done this before. They've done it with Cano. They've done it with other big names, Harper and Machado, who, hey, by the way, wanted to go to New York, and they just let them go to wherever. They never really got the big guy, except for their own, and that was Aaron Judge. I don't count that. I'm not saying that Aaron Judge is not a big guy, but he's homegrown. Soto is not, and they never get the not homegrown guy. That's why I think the Yankees have no shot. If they sign him, I will come on. I'll prove myself wrong. As of right now, I say Boston and the Mets are the favorites. That's my 2 cents on that. All right. Before I wrap this up, I do want to say one thing, and I want your guys' comments on that. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, comment on how you feel. But Rob Manfred came out the other day to say that the golden at bat rule has been talked about. Now, this has been talked about years, but I guess now it's been really talked about at the owners' meetings, which is for one game, uh, for one game, you could choose any batter you want, no matter where the lineup is. Once per game. I know I said, once per game, you could decide who you want up to bat. So it could be the bottom of the ninth. You have your 7, 8, 9 guys up. And you could have Shohei Ohtani lead off if you wanted to. How is this making the game fun? That's the whole meaning of baseball. It's a 1 through 9 ball game. That's what makes baseball fun. Stop trying to change the rules of the game. I understand the pitch clock. I understand the bigger bags. But now you're changing the whole game completely. And it's BS. So technically, if we go by this rule, Ohtani could bat twice if he wanted to. Judge could bat twice. How is that fair for a team who's trying to win, especially in September? Let's say like one team's already got it. They got the clinch, and the other team is trying to win as hard as they can. Do they lose because of this golden at bat rule? That's fun. And they're going to test it out. No, they need to stop messing with the game. It's so dumb that this is what we got to. I understand, like I said, I understand the pitch clock, the 3 batter rule. I understand, but this golden at bat rule is a bunch of horse crap. It's going to ruin the game, and you're going to lose a lot of fans. I really hope it doesn't, and owners want it done because they think kids will do it because, the Savannah Bananas, who are basically the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, do it. So we're going to do it. So what's next? We're going to have a fan catches a foul ball. They're going to be out. That's a rule the Savannah Bananas do. Batter hits a fly ball or a foul ball, goes into the stands. The guy catches it. Oh, hey, you're out. Stop trying to change the game. Do not bring this rule to baseball. It will ruin baseball. Let me know what you guys think. That is my last thing I want to say. Let me know what you guys think about this rule. Where do you think Juan Soto's gonna go? Let me know in the comments. And I do want to say to the you guys, thank you so much. I've seen the views going up. Uh, hey, if you are a fan, like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. I've only been doing this for about almost 2 months. So thank you guys. And other than that, I'm going to sign off, and I will see you all in the next one.